I want y'all to meditate on this. When I say meditate on this, I mean take it in and just sit with it. Don't apply any thought. Just listen with an open mind, open ears, and let that settle into your subconscious mind and let the subconscious mind work on it. I don't even want responses. You know, people say, hey, comment on my video. Don't comment. I want you to sit on this and come back later when you've done something new with this thought and you have something to really thoughtful to bring to the conversation. So when I say meditate on this, that's what I mean. Now you can comment. You know, I know a lot of people be like, nah, screw that, Hotep Jesus. I'm gonna comment. Okay, fine, cool. Comment and let me know, okay, I'm gonna take this in, give me some time, and I'll come back. That's what I wanna see. When I say comment, I mean, don't apply too much judgment on this right away. Sit with it. This is clarity of thought. What I want to weigh in on is quality of thought. What is the overall quality of the thoughts you have? Check that. Give yourself a credit score. Give yourself a score on what are the quality of your thoughts. So you might say, well, how do you increase the quality of your thoughts? There's even something to be said for how do you decrease the quality of your thoughts? And this is an argument many people have. You know, are people born naturally good or are they born naturally bad? For that question, I have no answer. However, I don't think we need to explain what's right and what's wrong to each other. We all know what's right and what's wrong. Now, there are some gray areas there. There are some places where it becomes very subjective. But for the most part, we know right from wrong. We know when we're doing something good and we know when we're doing something bad. We're taught that at a very early age by our parents, the greater society, etc., etc. So quality of thought. How do you increase the quality of your thought? And that answer is very simple. By being aware of them. What is intelligence? Intelligence is consciousness, being completely conscious. That's intelligence. Most people don't have the intelligence to just shut up and listen to themselves. I spoke to somebody in the past. We were talking about meditations and they said it was something they couldn't do. They said it was even frightful, it was scary just to sit with their own thoughts. I get it. I get it. It's the type of person who every morning they wake up, first thing they do is turn on the TV. It's a little too quiet. You know, people always need this background noise. And that's not all people, it's just some people. I think we have to learn to be conscious of ourselves. The senses are distracted all day long by this matrix, by this 3D world. All day long, we're getting all types of distractions, inundations, signals, messages, frequencies, 5G, all these different things, Wi-Fi. We're being hit all day. At some point, you got to sit and receive your frequency, your signal, your broadcast, your vibration. You got to tap into that. And in order to tap into that, it's simply, what is consciousness? Consciousness is awareness. Become aware of what you do wrong. Some people like to lie to themselves and act like, oh, what I did wasn't wrong. You know what you did was wrong. You know what you did when it was right. You know when you help somebody and when you hurt somebody, or you hurt yourself or you help yourself. You know the difference. So quality of thought. A lot of this stuff is like 80-20 rule, right? But for the most part, you know, if you're conscious of your thought 20% of the time, eventually, it's just going to get better from there. At least 20%. Just start there. Chip away. You don't have to do a whole lot. You don't have to do a whole lot. You know, because it's a process. There's a lot of flaws. We have, you know, you could be here all day. If you were honest with yourself, you list all your flaws, you could probably be here all day. Because at least me, I know. I'm very, you know, particular about myself. I'm always checking my checks and balances to make sure I'm on point. So I'm very critical of myself. A lot of people say that about artists, you know, people, etc., executives. They say they're hypercritical of themselves. So if you're one of those people, you might have a long list. If you're not, I think that might be the difference between people that are super successful and people who aren't. I think they're being honest with themselves, being super critical of themselves. So we all know right from wrong. Awareness equals consciousness. Consciousness equals awareness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's first step. First step is being completely aware of yourself, through and through. Are you going to miss some things? You're going to miss some things. Absolutely, you're going to miss some things. You're absolutely going to miss some things. And that's fine. Like I said, we only hit for 20%. Chip away at it. Little by little, chip away at it. And just be aware and fix these little idiosyncrasies within ourselves, the ones that don't serve us, because we have some great idiosyncrasies. We have some great qualities and traits that we want to accentuate and amplify. Yeah. So don't destroy those. Get the ones that we know are bad, nefarious, not working for the vibration, for the frequency of love. Pick those out and let's start to amend those. Start to satiate the better parts of ourselves. Right? So now that you've become completely aware of whatever it is that you want to destroy, the second step to all of this is forgiveness. You have to learn to forgive yourself. And that's the hard part. You know, becoming aware, I believe, is much easier than trying to forgive yourself, because it's just like sometimes you just think about something you did and you just cringe. You're like, ugh. So that's going to happen. That's inevitable. You know, that you're going to have some difficulty in trying to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you've pointed out that you wanted to fix. But that's what makes you better. That is going to create quality of thought. You can't create quality of thought when you're still caught up on what you're trying to fix. You can't be caught up. And that's what forgiveness does. Forgiveness puts it at rest. It puts it at peace. So you first recognize a thing, you become aware of it, become conscious of it. Then you have to forgive yourself for that shortcoming. And then celebrate the fact that you know that forgiveness, it should be like a little party. It should be a festival inside yourself to celebrate. We have finally come to the awareness of this issue we would like to address, and we're going to put it to bed. Let's forgive ourselves today and party, you know, dance, release that, let that go, purge that. And that's it. That's it for quality of thought. You know, the third step is really all conscious mind. The third step is just all conscious mind, just, you know, replacing those thoughts with what? Because sometimes you can't get rid of a bad habit because you ain't got nothing to replace it with. You got to replace things. It's the law of compensation, give and take. So when you purge something, you have to replace it. But you have to replace it with this opposite. You got to replace it with something good. That's also, but that's easy. That's easy. I think that's the easy part. The first two are very hard. The last step is, okay, what are we going to do instead? You know, for example, when I wanted to quit smoking packs of cigarettes a day, I replaced it with push-ups. Every time I got an itch for a cigarette, I did push-ups. And I just, you know, I got in better shape like that. But it was much easier to quit because I had something to replace it with. It was like, okay, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to do this. You know, this is sort of like how computers work. You know, you're not getting rid of the code. You're just amending the code, just fixing it a little bit, tweaking it a little bit. Let's just tweak the code. tweak the code inside yourself. You don't have to erase whole lines of code. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Just little by little, make those adjustments. And it's that simple. That's how you create quality thought. Now, the thing, why are we talking about quality of thought? We're talking about quality of thought specifically because everybody wants to manifest something in their lives, specifically because they want to manifest something in their lives. So I'm giving you the blueprint for manifesting things because people are so concerned about receiving them fast. And that's a whole nother story because I don't even know why you're rushing. Everything's on God's time. But everybody wants to manifest. Everybody wants to achieve their desires. Everybody wants to know what's the secret to success. You know, the 4 Agreements, The Secret, and all these different books, right? Well, what is this stuff about? What is this stuff really, really about? Let's really get into it. The first thing is quality of thought. So that's why we had to cover that first and foremost, so we can learn how to manifest our desires. And you're gonna see how all of this stuff that we talk about in the next few series is right in line with quality of thought. You'll see why quality of thought is so important. You'll see it. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is why we need that quality of thought, because this is how we achieve our goals. This is how we attract them. This is how we receive God's favor. This is how we are blessed by the heavens. This is how we are connected to source. Whatever language it is that you use, inshallah. Whatever it is, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It all requires, and you know, you always hear people talk about frequency, frequency, frequency. You also see quality of thought and the rest of these things, how they're all in the same frequency, all in the same line, all in the same mode of thought. They're parallel, right? You're gonna notice that. But you first have to have quality thought, and I think that's the most important, because it's like sometimes we skip that step when we want to teach people manifesting. It becomes a very selfish thing. Like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and it's just like, hold up, do you have quality of thought? Because what are you about to manifest? What are you about to bring into this world? You about to bring demons in this world. Like, hold on, let's check your quality of thought first and foremost. You know, and then you look up and you look at our world and you wonder why you see some of the things you do. People don't have quality of thought. They don't have quality of thought. You can take a look at your civilization and you'll see the overall quality of thought. Give your civilization a score. What's the quality of thought? And you know, a score from 0 to 100, 100 being the best, 0 being the worst. Give your civilization a thought quality score. What's their quality of thought?
What's our civilization's thought quality score? I
knew you was gonna ask it, and I'm glad you did. That's a great question. America, because you and I spoke about this last night, America gets a quality of thought score of, I would say, a D minus. A D minus for quality of thought.
Is that current or historical?
It's getting worse. You know, if I were to go back to the inception of this country, I would say quality of thought was probably better for all groups, all races. The quality of thought was, I mean, media just wasn't the beast it is today. Entertainment, social media, none of this stuff was available. So I think when you're with the elements and you're in nature and, you know, you're worried about how I'm gonna put food on the table tonight, there's no ShopRite, you don't really have much time for a lack of quality of thought. You either have quality of thought or you die. Like, you gotta be on point. So, you know, I have a controversial take. We have to talk about this mind when we talk about quality of thought of minds in America. What are some of the best quality of minds? And my favorite president is Andrew Jackson. It's a very controversial take because they like to blame him for, you know, killing Buffalo and the Indians and all of that. Well, really, who was that? That was McKinley? What president was that? I think the one after him, he was the one that was really doing it. Anyway, Andrew Jackson killed the bank. Andrew Jackson killed the bank. He did what Thomas Jefferson couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? He straight killed the bank. Thomas Jefferson, you know, he lost his first argument to Hamilton. He got it out of there, but he didn't do it like Jackson. Jackson really killed the bank. He went straight after Nicholas Biddle. So I put him high in, you know, quality of thought. I put him high in quality of thought. Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker was a quality mind. He designed Washington, D.C. Quality mind. We talked about that last night. But overall, I would say, you know, if America today gets a D minus, in its early days, it gets a D plus, C minus. So meditate on this. Quality of thought is your base, it's your foundation, it's your core. It's Zion, it's Kemet, It's Rome. This is your base. This is home. Quality of thought is home. You have to start from home. You know, you playing with a program on the internet, or on your computer. You hit the home button. This is home. Quality of thought is home. You go to a website, home. This is home. Quality of thought is home. Let's remember that, because we do not want to be manifesting demons. And next thing you know, you out here looking like Balenciaga. We're not trying to manifest demons. We gotta leave the devil alone. So when I teach manifestation, or I discuss manifestation, or I relay my opinion on manifestation, this is what I'm starting with. This is ground zero. This is the genesis. Stay home. Quality of thought. Quality of thought. The funny part is, with manifestation, if you do this alone, great things happen to you. If you clean up your quality of thought, that alone will do amazing things for you. Just great things just begin to happen, because your quality of thought, when your quality of thought is high and you're conscious of it, how you move in this world and interact with people it just comes out. It just comes out in your daily actions. It comes out in your daily interactions, in your relationships, how you talk to family, how you talk to friends, etc., etc. You'll see it. It'll just come out. It'll come out in your work. It'll come out in your sleep. We have these dreams. Well, what happens to your dreams when you have quality of thought? When you have a high quality of thought? What happens to your dreams then? Do they become a higher quality? Do they start serving you more? Quality of thought, we gotta start there. Meditate on that.